So, the new monster manual arrived here today, and last week we got this from WizKids, the adult Black Dragon Corruptor. Now, there isn't a monster called the Black Dragon Corruptor in here anywhere. This is just a new adult Black Dragon mini based on the redesign here in the monster manual. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take this opportunity to compare the Black Dragon mini here to the last one, and we're going to compare the new Black Dragon stat block to the 2014 one so we can get a sense of what's going on here with our new monster manual. And I don't do this enough, but I would love it if you could subscribe to the channel here if you haven't done so already. We've been a slow-growing channel over the years, but I would love to hit 30K here sometime soon. Maybe when we do, we can do a big giveaway. So hit that little button down there below me if you would, and let's inch just a little bit closer to 30K. So all that said, let's take a closer look at our Black Dragon Corruptor. Humblewood is one of my favorite 5e settings. It is a beautiful and lush world that is home to a complex society of animal folks. The new Humblewood Tales 5e supplement book features more than 200 pages of expanded lore with new adventures, creatures, magic items, and shops, a gazetteer of the great tree city of Alderheart, and so much more to enrich and inspire your Humblewood adventures. Gather your party for new tales from levels 3 through 8 as you encounter pirate mercenaries, face off against a slime king, and take on the god of shadow and trickery and an otherworldly nightmarish dreamscape. What tales will you tell? Check out Humblewood Tales today using our link in the corner or in the doohickey down below. The lore around the Black Dragon hasn't changed all that much, though it does mention that unlike the other chromatic dragons who scheme for power and treasure, Black Dragons just want to destroy everything and then rule over the ruins. Also, we get a paragraph of lore about each of the life stages of the Black Dragon, which is nice. So there are two types of changes to the stat blocks. First of all, things have been condensed to make them easier to find in the heat of the moment. For example, ability modifiers and saves have been condensed into a table, which is great and easy to read at a glance. Then you can compare the descriptions of the acid breath attacks. All the extraneous words have been removed to leave you with just what you need to know. Instead of the whole description of the Frightful Presence ability, now the dragon can just cast Fear as a legendary action. Overall, the stat block is about a third shorter. Then we have our functional changes to the stat block. Instead of the somewhat redundant attacks like Bite and Tail and Claw, we just have Rend, which does slashing and acid damage. For its multi-attack, it can make 3 Rend attacks or replace one of them with a casting of Melf's Acid Arrow. And that brings us to its spell casting abilities. Yes, the adult Black Dragon can cast Detect Magic, Fear, Melf's Acid Arrow, Speak with Dead, and Vitriolic Sphere. That has the double benefit of giving them fun new thematic abilities and getting rid of, again, kind of redundant abilities like Frightful Presence. Also, the stat block incorporates some bonuses for the dragon if it's in its lair. Namely, it gets an extra legendary resistance and legendary action. And it has a new legendary action, Cloud of Insects. This sends a bunch of creepy crawlies at a foe which deals poison damage and imposes disadvantage on saving throws to maintain concentration. And then, as you can see in our mini, all that acid has exposed the skull of the dragon, which gives the dragon a new scary visage, and it hints at their abilities. And as we compare it to our other Black Dragon mini and a few other adult dragons, we can see that this one is significantly smaller. For those who dislike these supersized dragons on upscaled bases, well, here's a win for you. It also makes this dragon a little bit cheaper. The monster manual literally just arrived here about an hour ago, so my whole impression of it so far is based on this particular creature. And so far, I like the changes I see. The stat block is somewhat easier to read at a glance, which is helpful. Getting lore information about how the dragon changes as it ages is helpful for storytelling purposes. And finally, they dropped boring attacks like Claw and Tail and added new thematic abilities like that Cloud of Insects and Melf's Acid Arrow and that Vitriolic Sphere, which is a spell that originated in the Elemental Evil Player's Companion way back in the day. Plus, we get 3 great pieces of art of the Black Dragon as a wormling, adult, and an ancient dragon. So yeah, I am optimistic about the monster manual so far, and while I kind of wish that this dragon was larger like the other adult dragons, I'm not mad about this. You can use it for an adult dragon as per the stat block, which has it listed as a huge, or you can run it as an oversized young Black Dragon with severe gingivitis. The adult Black Dragon Corruptor is expected in February or March of 2025 for between $70 and $80. Do note that some online stores just have it listed as an adult Black Dragon. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the mini, on the redesigned Black Dragon stat block, and the new monster manual. I tend not to read the reviews of other people, so it's possible that I'm in the minority so far, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far in the monster manual. But let me know what you think. If you're looking for new adventures or gifts for the 5e gamer in your life, allow me to recommend Humblewood and Humblewood Tales from our sponsor Hit Point Press. Otherwise, that's it for me today. Please subscribe to the channel here. We'll get closer to 30K. And in the meantime, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.